let's not make you wait any longer, and once this title screen will disappear, the timer will start, so prepare everybody. We're starting McRaeathon with TrackMania Wii, aka Build to Race, in 3, 2, 1, go. This is it. A little bit of an anticlimactic beginning, because, you know, the car is just slowly pulling towards the player. For some reason, I have no idea why the loading screen looks like that, but here it is. Here's how the game looks. A little bit. Well, it doesn't look very nice by today's standards, but hey, it is a, well, not technically a port, more of a reiteration of TrackMania United Forever, which came out on PC. I need to get used to the non-splitting, because I used to split manually during runs. Yeah, it is a reiteration of TrackMania United Forever with completely different physics. As you could probably already see the stadium physics, which are a little bit different than in the PC version. And here's the desert environment. Everything from United Forever got, let's say, ported. Every single... oh, okay, that's the first mistake. Every single environment... okay, the stress is getting to me, I guess. Yeah, the handling is quite janky. Sometimes you have to get used to it. There we go. Also, you can drift on 2 wheels here. I can show you in a bit. Hold on. Then just let me jump to the other side. Yeah. And here's the turn to the left, which can make your car drift on two wheels for some reason. Slight jump, and reaching the next finish. Yeah. Every environment was ported except Bay. Those of you who know the very complicated TrackMania lore know that TrackMania in total has 10 environments in like the whole series, and probably like 13 iteration of stadium. Yeah, we have reached island. I'm gonna jump here, reach the other platform, and bounce like a ping pong ball. Yeah, as you can already tell, the physics and the gravity sometimes that doesn't want to work as intended. Boing. Sometimes I need to pray if I can make the jump, you know. Yeah, like what was that? Well, I did jump on my front part on my mask and do a little bit of a bounce there. Okay, third track ready. Next up is what's next? Oh, the snow environment. Yeah, the cars here behave very differently. All of them have much more grip. Can turn much sharper than cars in the PC version. Also, the freewheeling block, which turns off my engine, here doesn't turn off the engine. Instead, just doesn't let me accelerate. Let's just... Perfect, looking good. I also have a cute panda on the back side of my car. I haven't actually noticed that. That's a cute looking panda. Neum. Reaching the end of the fourth track. Yeah, as you can see, the for now difficulty isn't very high. The difficulty here is divided the same way as it was shown in the United Forever in United Forever games, except we don't have the flags here, right? In the PC version there's been flags with different colors which described the difficulty of the track. Here it is not much of a problem, because difficulty is all over the place. The first, let's say, A track was not so difficult, but not so difficult and quite short. Meanwhile, the rest of the A tracks are taking from half a minute to 50 seconds. So we have finished the A section of the speedrun. We've reached B section, which is supposed to be the the so-called green difficulty. Here's Stadium again. There is also a pattern which some of you might have noticed already. Every first track, like every track ending with a 1, is a stadium track. Every third track, the one which ends with the number 3, is an island track, and the rest of the environments are just all over the place. Fun fact: there's only 2 desert tracks. Desert, which was the Ford Escort type car. You will see it only once during this speedrun. Only one more time. What's next? I often forgot what's next. Oh yeah, B2 is it's another snow map. So yeah, I've been talking about the environments I haven't reached my conclusion yet. Every single environment got ported except of the bay environment for some reason. I have no idea if that's the we've run out of space issue, or rather they genuinely didn't know how to make a bay version of how to make a Wii version of the bay environment, which, as some of you might know, is the one environment in which we drive with the SUV cars. Huge jump. Oh yeah, one more thing: the checkpoints sometimes it doesn't work. When I go through some of the checkpoints, the game just refuses to. Oh, well, the car got a little bouncy there. Okay, another island track, B3 this time.
Car's got no suspension.
Yeah, no suspension.
I have a genuine question for you, Mikey, on this one.
What is it?
So obviously you've run quite a few different TrackMania games. How does this one compare to something like TrackMania Turbo? I mean, granted, it's probably night and day, but given the style and tech of TrackMania,
I think the image speaks for itself. No, but to be honest, well, the main thing here in the Wii version is the physics. It's way different than any other version of the game, whether it is the PC version or the infamous DS games even. Here the the car just sometimes doesn't work. The textures are a facade sometimes. you can just go through them without any I don't know how to put it, without any problem. Yeah.
Funnily enough, speaking of the DS game, Ulven did a run of this. I think it, well, not of this one, but of the DS version. I think he did 2 runs actually. Like 2 years ago. Yeah, for McRaeathon. And yeah, it's interesting to see. Not only because when people think of TrackMania, they usually think of PC games and that sort of thing. And obviously, you got TrackMania Turbo, which released on like the newer consoles. But you never really think that a game would be made for the DS or the Wii. But it's surprising, really, all things considered.
Yeah, I was surprised as well. Like when those games were like announced back in like back in the late 2000s, I was like, what? How is it possible? How the hell would you put a let's say competitive, put it in quotations, a competitive racing game on such devices? How could you make a playable TrackMania game on the DS? More to that, even 2 of them, because on the DS there are actually 2 TrackMania games. One of them is called just TrackMania DS, and the other one, which is a direct port of TrackMania Wii, is called TrackMania Turbo for some reason.
See, the one we had was definitely TrackMania DS, and
yeah,
I do distinctly remember, because obviously you ran TrackMania. Which one was it last year that you ran? You did 2 runs, I think, for us, didn't you?
Yeah, last year I did 2 actually. I did TrackMania Turbo from 2016 and the let's say the unofficial modification of the very first TrackMania, which was called TrackMania Director's Cut.
That's the one, yeah. I think it was a case of, so when we had the DS version that Ulven did, it reminded me a lot of, obviously, like you said, with the Wii version essentially crammed on the DS. Yeah, one of them, I think it probably was the DS version, TrackMania DS. It felt very much like the original TrackMania, with its track layouts. I don't think it was exactly the same, but it is interesting, because the thing is as well is just to kind of ask as well. So obviously there are you've got different environments and different game modes and things like that. What's your personal favourite one that you really like doing? Or don't you have a favourite?
You're asking what's my favourite environment, right? Or
well, favorite environment, but also favorite game mode, like platform or
game mode.
Yeah, game mode. That's it.
You know what? It depends really. I do enjoy platform mode just for speedruns, but there's no really a point of doing of playing platform mode. Then okay, let's put it the other way. The platform game mode you play once, and once you're done with it, you just move along with your day. What the hell is wrong with this game?
I think it's a Wii game.
Yeah, that's the one point, but the other that I have to. It seems that I don't have enough speed here. Okay, this is a problem. If I'll choke one more time here, I have to probably reset the whole track, because the games like to behave like that sometimes. Okay, made it. Holy. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. The platform mode you do once, and once you get gold medal on all of those, you don't exactly go back to it. Unless you're doing a speedrun of it, just like I do. Because I really do enjoy speedrunning the platform game mode. But in most cases, and within the community, most people play the race mode. They think that this is the only way to properly play TrackMania. Let's say that they often think that there's not really a point of playing anything else than the races, and the evidence is there, right? There was an update for TrackMania 2020 which introduced stunt mode. Bro, introduced stunt mode, which was let's put it this way, horrible, let's say, and people don't really like it. There was also an update which introduced the old cars, which was the rally snow and the desert car. People like overall within the community, people like to stick to the same playstyle. But in my case, yeah, I do enjoy both races and the platform as for speedruns. Because if I'm speedrunning the platform mode, there's a little bit of an edge to it. there are more. It has more emotions to it than the races do, unless you do the races like competitively or playing in the tournaments, which I haven't done for a while now, honestly. There's also a some people like to hunt times in the solo mode ladder. Let's say some people still play United just for the sake of getting better on the certain tracks. And some people just like me would like to be, let's say, remembered and written in the history books and do something like Super Trackmaster medals, right? Which is like one of the hardest challenges a TrackMania player can go through. But
I'm just gonna say, the physics for this car is just something else. It amazes me every time.
Yeah,
It's the most
this.
lightweight muscle car you've ever seen.
I have no idea why I can do that, but yeah, I do agree the physics are something else, and it's it's an uppercase something else case. So I have to be very careful here, because this car likes to flip very often.
One of the main things for me when I played bits of, I've only played bits and pieces of TrackMania. I've not played like the games for that long, or if anything. But I always get told that I should try and give it a go. Like same with Initial D as well. It's not my bag, but yeah, it's a case of, well, you're a racing guy. Why don't you play them? I'm like, I don't know. I think there's something about TrackMania for me where it's short. It depends on the track, obviously. So some tracks can last for ages, but some are quite short, some are quite long. And I think it takes a certain knack to get used to, like any racing game does. Every racing game is different. But I think that there are some games that are easier to pick up than others. And don't get me wrong, I think that some of the TrackMania games that I have managed to play, like, granted, like I said, only like 5 or 10 minutes, so I'm not in any position to judge. They are quite basic in some of the handling, but then there are some that feel a bit different and a bit daunting. And I also think that it is one of them games, essentially. Like most racing games can be tough to even play, and then once you've got the hang of it, it becomes easy to master.
Yeah.
Whereas TrackMania is the opposite. I think I'd say TrackMania for me is more easy to pick up, hard to master. but I don't know. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah. To me, TrackMania is like the equivalent, the racing game equivalent of Counter-Strike. You have to like put a lifetime to it to master it, and not because of the not because of the also because of the competitive competitive bit to it, but just the pure nature of the game itself. One thing I do really dislike about TrackMania is that it doesn't teach you anything. There's like no tutorials at all. You have to figure out everything by yourself, or watch like a bit of YouTube videos. By the way, this was the only cut in the campaign. That was the roof skip, which can be done a little bit better. You could skip the building on the left, the previous building on the left, and gain even more speed. But you gotta be very careful with the physics, cause you just here. Yeah, the cars probably have, some of the cars have magnets on the bottom. Have magnets underneath, and for some reason they still like the first landing also is very it's always very bouncy, and this checkpoint can also be a bit of a problem sometimes, because it just, for some reason, it doesn't register. Nice, landed. And when you miss any checkpoint while you pass the finish, you just get the message: you have missed this amount of checkpoints. at least it tells you, because in the PC games it doesn't even tell you that you've missed the checkpoints. All in all, this version of TrackMania is very casual friendly, I can tell you. This,
I will be honest.
And TrackMania Turbo.
I will be fairly honest. You make a good point about there's no tutorial. I think that the way that they, personally speaking, the way it feels to me from someone who barely played it, it felt very much a case of, yeah, you're just going to have to put up with the physics and how the car handles, and the rest is up to you, rather than like, oh hey, this is actually how you drive.
This is how you do the Uberbug, the grass slide, and all of that.
Yeah, how you deal with freewheeling, and we'll never mention about how you deal with the jump physics, I'm sure, but like a case of, oh okay, you need to be more careful with your turns. You can't just immediately steer to the right. You need to casually or slowly turn to your left or your right to keep your speed through corners, that sort of thing. Tactics that are used quite well on certain tracks and things. I will be honest though, I do like one of the things that I will give credit where credit's due with TrackMania, and I think maybe this is often said, I could be wrong, but for me, one of the things that does stick out about TrackMania is the different environments. Because granted, in racing games you do have multiple environments, things like that. You'll usually have a snow environment, a jungle environment, and some sort of, not stadium environment, but like a racetrack sort of thing.
But the driving model is the same.
Yeah, I always feel like racing games have all these different environments, but it's hard to segregate one to the other. Whereas with this, it's clearly, right, you're doing jungle, you're clearly doing stadium, right, you're clearly doing canyon. Like, they literally... I mean, they made, like, several games, didn't they, based on, like, one on canyon, one on track, or whatever. Sorry, one on canyon, one on, what is it, stadium, and so on.
Stadium.
But I think that was the one thing that TrackMania did very, very well. It was able to actually segregate environments very, very well. I think that the graphical art style, whilst it got better and better over the years, and I guess the Wii is kind of questionable these days, but still, like a case of the games developed a little bit in quality over time, like environments and stuff got a bit more, you know, there was more in the environments and stuff like that. I think overall it is a case of TrackMania is very much one of them games where, in my book at least, it is a case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and they've been doing this, and they've been doing it for the past 2 decades already.
Yeah, that's the case in point. Like, sometimes it just proves that not every game needs to be like 25 to 30 hours long, or 100 to 200 hours long, or however long it is. Because the thing is, realistically speaking, if you were someone that just aimed for the bare minimum, like the bronze medal on everything, you would probably finish this game in what, like a few hours. But if you were going for like gold or platinum or whatever the highest medals are, then that's where the time comes in. I'd say, and it's just, I think, like, is it the same for most Trackmanias that they have the similar sort of medal system? They have bronze, silver, gold.
Yeah, the newest game also has the has different plugins, which one of them is a champion medal. So let's say it's only for the best of the best, right? So the if you install the plugin using the Open Planet feature, you get an access to those champion medals, and these champion medals serve the same function as the STMs in TrackMania Turbo, which are like very rare, and only the pros could get it. Oh, made it, okay. Only the most efficient drivers could get. That was a very fitting to the music, the situation with the car. Okay. Freewheeling, yeah. Got to be a little bit careful here. And aim for the finish, and here it is. Okay, well, I've lost track. Where am I in the run? It's D3 already. Okay, so that's only like 4 tracks left. Here it is, the island environment, my personal favorite when it comes to those original 7 environments from the first TrackMania game, or the first TrackMania era, let's say. Because the second era is the Mania planet, which was, you know, the canyon, valley, stadium, and lagoon. Also turbo in the meantime. Here also I need to be careful to aim for the checkpoint. Because I've already speedrun this game on one marathon on GSPS, and no. Okay, and I magically got this one checkpoint. Not that one, not this one, but the previous one. Okay, please hit, nice. And do a little bit of a turnaround, gather speed, and pray that my car don't flip or drift too much. Nice.
So this car looks like it's based off something, and I can't put my finger on what. It looks like a burnout car. But I don't know. What would you say it is, Mikey?
In the game first, it's just called a sports car. But there is a French Wikipedia site which describes on which car were the inspiration for models. And for example, the coast car, which there's, oh wait, there's a, okay, never mind, I won't get it. There was a skip here. I could skip this entire like circle and jump straight here to this checkpoint, but it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, so the coast car is based of the 2 cars actually. The front is some kind of Mercedes, and the back looks like a Porsche Carrera GT. And every single car is described like this. To me, the island car, the one I'm currently, okay, I finished driving, looks like a looks a little bit like some kind of Ferrari, but I cannot put the. I cannot think of a specific model. This, however, looks like a Renault 5.
Yeah, I'll say Renault 5 Turbo.
So sometimes it...
Yellow with the black stripes. It always reminds me of, for those that know British culture, Ali G's car, because he has something similar. It's a yellow one actually, and it is a Renault 5. Pretty sure. I don't know if it's a turbo though. It's... Was it? I don't know actually. Got me curious now. Can't remember. But it looks very similar. West Side's better. Nah, East Side's better. Jungle is massive, wicked. That's all I end up thinking when I think LEG. Yeah, someone will probably correct me, say actually it's a Renault something. I'm pretty sure it is a Renault 5, but it could be the old model. Well, I say that this was an old model it was based off, so I don't know. Possibly.
It might be the one of the older models, because it's actually the oldest model of the rally car that exists, without the spoiler and anything. For some reason, this version and DS versions uses the 1.0 version of the rally car, because in the newer games, let's say United Forever, it looks quite differently. It has an extra spoiler at the back, so it is almost the exact same car, but with a little bit I guess thinner and with a spoiler. Because this one
looks more downforce.
Looks very wide. Oh, okay. Yeah, but usually the rally car is just jumping through the ramps, and that's like the only platform element the devs can come up with. Could have came up with. Oh yeah, here's the coast car. See that the front looks like some kind of Mercedes, and the back will look like a Carrera GT.
Yeah, it looks like a McLaren, SLR McLaren actually. It does actually, yeah, you're not far off. Now that I've seen the front and the back of it, yeah, it does. I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, and that goes for pretty much every car. Every car is based off of something. There aren't labeled or anything. They're just called sports car, American, so on and so forth.
I will just ask the question, which is, so I think like when it comes to racing games, there are a lot of obviously licensed cars and stuff like that. Need for Speed being the most notable one, of course, as well as like Forza, Gran Turismo. But do you think that games like TrackMania and Burnout as well, where they're based off real life cars, but they are different in some way, like, for example, as you said, like the back of this is a Porsche Carrera GT, but the front is an SLR McLaren. But like what I'm trying to say is originality for the cars, because they're not, they're not licensed in any way. Do you think that it's quite like? Do you have any sort of affection towards these cars? Is what I mean, because obviously everyone has affection towards, like certain cars, real life cars, that is. Whereas if someone said a fictional car like that, would you say that there's like, oh, I quite like this car because da 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 da?
Honestly, I would love to have a IRL replica of an island car which I could drive, but I'm pretty sure that is impossible unless, I don't know, Ferrari makes a deal or something, because it looks like a Ferrari. But it would probably cost a fortune, and you know what? I recognize these cars more than the real life cars for some reason. But maybe because of the experience. By the way, this is the last track. Okay,
time is coming up after this one.
Time is coming up quickly, and there's only one like quote-unquote difficult section here, which is gonna be which is gonna be this one jump from not this one, the next one, the next jump, because this checkpoint is placed in a way that it can be a little bit tricky to do the right trajectory. Please hit it. I knew it. I knew this would happen.
It was going so well. You just had to. You had to call it then.
It was going well, but the. Uh-oh. Okay, now it. Yeah, and it bounces like a ping pong ball again. And prepare for time. It's the last straight right here. The finish is coming up, and it is time. What is the time?
We got 35:20 on our side.
35:20. Okay, this is not a world record at all. If I would,
there was that one particular jump with the car. To be fair, that just where the car would not jump at all.
For some reason, the rally car didn't want to cooperate. But hey, this was TrackMania Wii. At least it's platform mode in all its glory. I wouldn't do 100% speedrun of this, because I would probably need to be a masochist with the amount of retries. For example, the rally car. I had to do many respawns with rally car, unfortunately. Now I know why the rally car wasn't in the PC game. And here's much worse with the physics. Never mind. I haven't said anything.
The one thing I was actually just gonna keep going about was when we mentioned before about the cars in particular. You're saying you would like to own like one of the cars and stuff, but it cost a lot.
Would it probably cost like a couple of millions at least?
Probably, yeah. Probably would in this day and age. There was actually, so I think everyone's familiar by the fact that the GTA 5 Banshee was made IRL, for those that don't know. I'm pretty sure everyone remembers that. But I'm curious as to how many people, any Ridge Racer fans may know this, but there was actually the sold-out Raggio, the Class 6 machine, I think, from Ridge Racer 1 or 2 for the PSP, in red, was actually made. Had an actual engine in it, and it was up for sale. But it was up. It was at a concept Geneva convention things. You know, the car shows, the concept shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked really, really cool. I was like, I would love more games to just have cars that you've like. I really want it, because I think that's one of the things that gets undermined a lot when it comes to racing games.
Yeah, but if you like to get like a personalized car for yourself, you probably need to spend $10 million to the company which would make it, or you have to make it yourself somehow.
That's it. That's the one.
I have no idea. Yeah, this is the one. The island car. It just looks perfect. It is a perfect sports car to me. I don't know I don't know why, but since TrackMania Sunrise, I just fall in love with it, and I've always TrackMania players tend to bash island environment because of how keyboard hostile it is. And yeah, maybe because of that, maybe because I'm a pad player, maybe because that's I enjoy islands so much. But yeah, this is I think I'm not gonna take any more of McRaeathon's screen time.
That's okay. Just to kind of round off, it was very, very entertaining run. As TrackMania always is, it always puts on a great spectacle. Just to ask Mikey, where can people find you if they want to come looking for you? Not in a real life sense, but like where they want to find you. Of course.
Here I am coming with my real IRL address. You can find me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/MyKeY with 2 Ys at the end, because the original nickname has been taken. I do stream once in a while, maybe not as often today, but I do stream once in a while. If you would like to see more TrackMania in terms of solo hunting in some like tournaments, but also for speedruns, you can go ahead and leave a huge purple heart under my Twitch channel, which I'll be very appreciative of. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I do post I do post world records on my YouTube channel once in a while, and some other social medias. If you once you reach my Twitch channel, which is again twitch.tv/MyKeY with 2 Ys, you will gain access to all of my other social medias, because I do much more stuff than just speedruns. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching TrackMania Wii. And,
No problem, thank you very much.
And stay tuned for next ones.
Exactly, indeed. You stole my line. Hey. Yes, as Mikey was saying, we do have our next run, which is Driftmania, which, funnily enough, is also on the Wii. So we've got a bit of a Wii block for you guys. Stick around though, as we go to a quick intermission, and when we come back, we'll be back, like I said, with Driftmania by Evers, I think it is. And see you soon.
See ya.